Now at 4, it is day 3 of a boil water advisory in Speedway. I'm Samantha Johnson. We'll tell you the progress to get it fixed and how small businesses are now feeling the pressure.
It's been one of those days where we've had sun and some snow showers, and we're timing out a clipper system that will impact parts of the state ahead in the forecast.
Plus, East Side eyesore. What happened at a meeting today about the future of Washington Square Mall?
Thanks for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Felicia Lawrence.
And I'm Jenny Renovich in today for Dustin. So we begin this afternoon in Speedway. Residents and businesses being asked to boil their water for a 3rd day in a row.
And that advisory could be in place for the rest of the week. Samantha Johnson shows us the toll it's now taking on small businesses.
The market at Borage is open for business. Bites and goods going out as usual. But the restaurant side of the business next door closed due to the ongoing water boil. The ground around town frozen solid lately, putting pressure on the water mains and causing them to pop.
I mean, even something as simple as drinking water is sort of completely out of the question with how we normally operate.
Josh Klein is the co-owner and chef here. He says when the advisory came down Monday afternoon, Borage had to shut its doors. No water, no customers, no money.
Which unfortunately has affected quite a few of our employees. We're in some fairly uncertain times for ourselves.
And Borage isn't alone. Over on Main Street, Founders Grounds Coffee Company is banking on bagged ice and water bottles to get by. No hot espresso at a place known for its Joe.
We have a signature blend that people love. The community around, they all come for it. So to not have it is a big deal.
Town officials here in Speedway tell me the water is being tested right now, but there's a lot they have to do to make sure it's good to go. They expect the advisory could be in place through Friday afternoon.
We know that that has interrupted their business. It's hitting them in the pocketbook. That's why I think we're trying to do everything we can to get it rectified.
Yeah, I can shake my fist at the sky. That's about it. There's nobody I can point a finger at.
Brian Teasing says the advisory shut down Founders on Monday.
Myself, I lost a day of work. That's never fun.
And he hopes the water will be back to normal as scheduled before the end of the week.
Our weekends are big, so to throw a wrench in that will be quite interesting. We'll deal with it as it comes.
In Speedway, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
And for neighbors in need, right now, cases of bottled water are available at the Speedway Municipal Center while supplies last. We have more information for you right now at WTHR.com. Well, people on the east side of Indianapolis describe the Washington Square Mall as an eyesore, but that could change in the future.
One city leader wants to start discussing the potential of the mall and its property. Our Ella Rhodes shares the details.
City County Councilor Michael Paul announced they're doing a pre-development site study on the Washington Square Mall to determine what the property can support and what its future could look like. Hart says the study will look at the building's infrastructure, like the sewer system, electricity, and water, as well as any limitations they need to know about when it's time to design a plan, potentially a mixed-use site with commercial and residential property. The study comes at no cost to taxpayers. Loth Group is paying for the study. Schmidt Associates will develop 3 renderings on possibilities for the mall. Hart says they plan to engage the community in the study too. They have a 90-day timeline to complete the study. The first day, February 18th. Hart says he committed to his constituents that he would address the rundown state of the mall when he ran his campaign.
I cannot continue to sit and be idle and expect something to get better with that mall, and I will continue to show action. And this is the first step of showing that action.
Business owners inside the mall showed up to the meeting as well, demanding more transparency. There's also growing controversy over who owns the property of Washington Square Mall. Ahead at 6, you'll hear more on that discussion. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
Thanks, Ella. And it is a packed house today to hear testimony on a bill that deals with Medicaid reform.
This is a top priority for Senate Republicans this session. Our 13 News State House reporter Emily Longnecker explains why some are now pushing back on parts of this bill.
Yeah, there's a lot to this bill. It is a priority bill for Republicans, and they say it's about preserving a safety net and making sure the people who need Medicaid and SNAP the most get those benefits. And to do that, the bill tightens the eligibility rules for those who receive SNAP and Medicaid benefits. It also bans using SNAP benefits to buy candy and soda, something Governor Braun already put in place through an executive order earlier this year. This bill would put that ban into law. The bill also requires the Family and Social Services Administration to verify the legal status of everyone in a household if someone is applying for benefits. If FSSA discovers someone is not here legally, they would have to report it to the Department of Homeland Security. Republicans say right now, households with someone in the country illegally are not being scrutinized as closely when it comes to total household income as a family where everyone is a U.S. citizen. Democrats say this part of the bill will lead to families who have members who are not here legally not applying for benefits, even if some of them would still qualify.
I think they could still be eligible if they're U.S. citizens.
Yeah, but they got to turn in their spouse in the process.
That wouldn't have anything to do with eligibility for them.
Yeah, well, I suggest they're not going to apply.
And Republicans really frame this bill as one that promotes personal responsibility, program integrity, and cost control. Democrats argue it could create barriers to care, food insecurity, and harm vulnerable people. Testimony on this bill is still being heard right now. A vote is not expected until next week. At the Indiana State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Alrighty, friends, a chilly one, certainly, but we have made it, okay? We will make it, certainly. And we're seeing there could be more snow ahead.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get on the we've made it train because we're in the 20s, and I've never been so happy, Sean, to be in the 20s, right?
Yeah,
Compared to where we've been.
there's a lot of folks staring down toward the end of the 7-day forecast. So
Yes.
this time next week, you'll start to say, oh, that's that warm up they were talking about.
Okay.
And when we get in the mid 40s, compared to where we've been,
shorts.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice. We'll see about that. Let's show you what's happening here outside right now. We've seen a little bit of sunshine. We've had some flurries in some areas of snow showers. Nothing, of consequence in terms of snowfall, but in some areas it's been a little bit persistent. But you can see some sun there in Bainbridge. Beautiful shot there from Indy. We're at 23, 21 in Carmel with some rays of sunshine trying to peek through this stubborn cloud deck that's been hanging over the city for most of the day. We're at 23. We're colder than yesterday, courtesy of that wind shift from the north and northeast. Live Doppler 13 radar, this is just some flurry action that's being picked up, that's been hanging around. Compared to this time yesterday, our numbers are about 10 degrees cooler. That was fully expected, and we're going to have another kind of bitterly cold night. We'll start out tomorrow morning in the lower teens, wind chills in the low single digits, and then as we move into the afternoon tomorrow, daytime high is going to be in the middle 20s. Now, some snow showers about 24 hours from now. They're going to be kind of scattered across the area. And then as we go into Friday, this is what we'll be watching closely. We're going to have a clipper system coming in. It does have snow potential. We'll have to wait and see on the exact track. Sometimes these things can overperform, but some slick roads are a possibility come Friday morning. And then in the wake of that, we are going to have a jab of cold. We've been talking about a cold weekend ahead. That still looks to be on target. After that, we will gradually warm up. We do have 40s to near 50 degrees all ahead in the warming 7-day forecast.
All right, looking forward to that, Sean. Thanks so much. Today, we learned that sports commentator Mary Carrillo will take over Savannah Guthrie's Winter Olympics coverage as the search for Savannah's mother continues. Carrillo will join Terry Gannon for the opening ceremony this Friday. Guthrie had to withdraw from her co-hosting duties to focus on her family. Her 84-year-old mom has been missing now for 4 days. Police say foul play may have been involved. Investigators found signs of forced entry in Nancy Guthrie's Tucson area home. So far, though, no suspects.
And the largest Winter Olympics contingent ever. Still ahead, USA's incredible presence in Italy ahead of the opening ceremony.